Something essential is cracking, in the world, in the self, and in the invisible frameworks we've been trained to trust. The promises of progress no longer soothe. Culture moves faster, but says less. Success often feels hollow. Technology connects us across oceans while we drift apart from ourselves. And meaning, once grounded in story, ritual, community, or even silence, now dissolves like smoke in a storm. Most people turn away. Some distract themselves. Others cling tighter to what no longer works. But a few, those rare few, feel the rupture and stay present with it. They hear what lies beneath the noise. They recognize that this unraveling is not an end, but a threshold. Self-built is for them. This is not a channel for answers or fixes. It's a space for sense-making, slow, honest, and deep. It's where we ask the questions our culture avoids, where we look with clear eyes at the crumbling outer systems and the fragmented inner world. We do not chase optimization or status. We return to what's real, patiently, painfully, purposefully. Not to perform, but to remember. Not to impress, but to build. We begin not with content, but with contact. Our inquiry moves through 5 living terrains. First is human architecture. How are we shaped? How do early wounds, identity structures, repression, and defenses form the foundation of who we think we are? Here, we look beneath personality into the deep codes of selfhood. This is not self-help, it is self-understanding, and that difference is everything. Second is the collapse of the default worldview. We inherited a web of narratives, economic myths, national myths, religious or spiritual dogmas, productivity ideologies. But many of these no longer hold water. They explain little and soothe less. We need deeper maps, frameworks capable of containing the complexity, the mystery, and the sacred mess of being alive. Third is healing, integration, and wholeness. We explore the path of returning to ourselves, not by becoming someone else, but by reclaiming what was once exiled. Healing, in this space, isn't aesthetic or performance, it's reconciliation. It's coming into intimacy with the parts of ourselves we've hidden, feared, or lost. We do not glorify pain, but we respect it. We do not chase transcendence, but we honor presence. The fourth domain is power, agency, and systems. Once the internal world is seen clearly, the external reveals its grip. We begin to question the hidden scripts we obey, about money, success, time, and worth. We learn how institutions shape identity. We stop confusing comfort with freedom. We stop begging systems for a life of meaning. We begin to ask, what do I serve when I speak, when I work, when I love, when I build? And lastly, new ground. If we no longer trust the old maps, then what? What becomes possible when we build not from reaction, but from coherence? Not from fear, but from truth? Not to win the game, but to remember why we're playing it all? Self-built does not stand on dogma, but it draws from many lineages. From philosophy, ancient and modern, we borrow the art of asking better questions. From depth psychology, we learn the language of dreams, shadows, archetypes, and unconscious patterns. From mysticism, both non-dual and devotional, we glimpse what cannot be named. From systems thinking, we gain the tools to see complexity without reducing it. And from poetry, art, and silence, we receive what cannot be said any other way. This is not entertainment. It's devotion. This is not content. It's contact. We are not here to go viral. We are here to go inward, and then to act from that place with clarity and care. If you're reading this and feel something stirring, you're likely one of us. One of those who can't keep pretending. One of those who senses that this isn't just a personal crisis, but a civilizational one, and that the only way out is through. This channel is for you if you feel the dissonance and are no longer willing to numb yourself to it. If you've reached a point where the life you were told to build no longer fits the shape of your soul. If you're not satisfied with being functional in a dysfunctional world. If you're willing to slow down, not to stagnate, but to see more clearly. If you want to move beyond identity and step into integrity. The phrase self-built is intentional. Most of us were not formed, we were formatted. Conditioned by family systems, school systems, religious systems, market logics, and unconscious cultural scripts. We learn to perform instead of feel, to achieve instead of become. But the performance is collapsing. The formatting is coming undone. What remains is the chance to build. Not from scratch, but from soul. Not in isolation, but in relation. Not in reaction, but in response to something deeper, older, wiser. To be self-built is not to be self-made in the capitalistic sense. It's to let go of what you were taught to be and remember what you already are, and then build a life in alignment with that knowing. We don't offer blueprints. But we hold a lantern. We won't give you a script. But we'll ask the question you've been avoiding. We don't promise freedom. But we begin where freedom begins, with awareness, honesty, and a refusal to abandon yourself again. If you've made it this far, you already know, you are not casual. Neither are we. Something real is calling, not from above or beyond, but from within. It's quieter than fear, deeper than language, and older than ideology. And it's time to answer. Welcome to Self-Built.